So, hello all and welcome to these musical lessons. Those who are newcomers, I am Teacher Martins, Sir Martins, the music teacher. And some people call me Wangwana. Yes, but you're welcome. Let's learn. Today we are going to learn about the musical staffs. Of course, we have two types of staffs, which is the G clef and the F clef. So what you need to know, music is written on a staff, and we need to understand that this is a musical staff. And this musical staff consists of 5 lines and 4 spaces. And notes which are written now on a musical staff can be written on both spaces and lines, just the way you see here. We have those notes which are in space and also those notes that are in lines, on lines, yeah. So when you look at this, if we only have the 4 spaces and 5 lines, we are unable to know the musical notes, how they are arranged. And to identify now the musical notes, how they are written, we need something called a clef. So a clef is placed at the beginning of the staff, and we have treble clef, which is also known as G clef, and we have an bass clef, which is also known as bass clef. The clefs tells us the names of the notes. This one you can see we have a treble clef, and the second line is now note G labeled there. Let's look at the treble clef notes at the level we are now. And remember, treble clef is also known as a G clef. Put that in mind. Because G line is the one that identifies the rest of the notes, and it's always on line 2. Let's have the treble clef space notes and their formula. The notes in the spaces we have F, A, C, and E. You can give it the formula of the word face. F-S-C-E, face. So starting from the bottom, you can see the first note is in the space is F. In the second space we have A. Third space we have C. And fourth space we have E. So these are the notes which are in the spaces of the treble clef, and it is spelled as face. Now let's have a look at the line notes. So when we look at the notes on the line, we have the notes. On the first line we have note E. On the second line we have note G. Third line we have note B. Fourth line we have note D. And the fifth line we have note F. We have the notes E, G, B, D, and F on the treble clef lines. And this one, the basic formula used by musician is every good boy deserves football. Every good boy deserves football. You can also use the phrase every green bus drives fast. Every green bus drives fast. You're free to do this. Therefore, one thing that you need to know, the musical notes are based on the first 7 letters of the alphabet, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. G is the last note. We move progressively from A to G. So the first note is always A. Then the last one, alphabetically ordered, is always G. And when we reach G, that is the last one, we begin again. Which means if we are still moving on and we are at G, moving, counting, or placing the notes on the musical staff, and we reach at G and we still continue moving upwards, we will start with A. After G, we start with A, then continue like that progressively. So have a good look at this. When we take now all the notes both on the lines and in the spaces for the treble clef, you will see and notice that now the notes move in alphabetical order. And the first line we have note E. Then the second space, the first space we have E. Sorry for that. The notes move progressively. You can see we have the first line E, then we move progressively F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and then finally the last line up is note F. Line notes we have E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy deserves football. Then space notes we have F, A, C, E. Face. Now let's talk about an F clef with an F line labeled. The F clef is also known as the bass clef, or you can say, in other words, the bass clef is also known as an F clef. Because when we go back to the history, the symbol of the clef looks like letter F. And also the two dots of the F clef, you can see they put the F line in between. The F line, one at the bottom, another one at the top of the F line. Therefore, also the reason for being called an F clef. Let's start with the bass clef spaces. A space number 1, C space number 2, E space number 3, and G not in space number 4. And this results to notes A, C, E, G. And the common phrase used by musicians is all cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. Also, another phrase used by the musicians to remember these notes is all cars eat gas. All cars eat gas. And again, you are free to come up with any phrase you like. Bass clef lines, we have the following notes. The first line, we have note G. The second line, we have note B. The third line, we have note D. The fourth line, we have note F. And now the fifth line, we have note A. Therefore, on the lines, we have the following notes: G, B, D, F, and A. The common phrases used by the musician is green buses drive fast always. Green buses drive fast always. Or good boys deserves football always. Good boys deserves football always. So if we take all the notes and put on the spaces and lines of our bass clef, you'll notice that these notes moves progressively or in alphabetical order. Look at this. G is the first line, and we said G being the last note, we start again from A. So we have G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A as the notes of a bass clef. Line notes of a bass clef is G, B, D, F, and A. G, B, D, F, and A. Space notes of a bass clef is A, C, E, G. A, C, E, and G. Now to your assignment. Practice drawing treble clef and bass clef. Thank you. So guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and share with those who are lovers of music, learners who are learning music. Share with them and make this channel big and big and big. Let's grow together. See you next time.